Real briefly, I want to tell you a little bit about my background and how I got here. How many of you have heard of an environmental organization called Clean Water Action? Okay, good. How many of you have heard of the Sierra Club? Okay. Well, Clean Water Action is actually Michigan's largest water protection organization. It's a nonprofit organization. And one of the things that they do is they have individuals who go door to door, and they help provide information on water quality issues in ways that people can get involved. For example, writing a letter and making sure that these individuals know who their elected officials are. So my job was to work with our members throughout Macomb County, particularly in Harrison Township and St. Clair Shores, and engage them in the political process. Because many of the things that we're talking about here today, whether it's a crime, which is a crime against a law, breaking the law, or funding for research, or funding for the health department to do the testing, all comes from elected officials making decisions. So as one of these individuals who is engaged in this process to make sure that our state representatives, our state senators, our governors, our US senators, even local township officials like you have here in Harrison Township, was to engage people in the process and make sure that they were communicating to the people that they elected that they want strong protections to not only protect our environment, but to protect our water. So I did that for about 2.5 years, and then I went and worked in the legislature for a year, and I said, you know what? I'm not satisfied. I'm not happy with the representation that I have. I don't think we're doing enough to protect our Great Lakes. So I decided to step up to the plate, be a part of the solution, and I ran for office. And fortunately, I won. But part of the point that I'm making is that's something that all of you can do. Whether it's going to law school and prosecuting individuals who are committing crimes against the environment, or becoming an environmental engineer or a researcher to study the problems with water quality and finding solutions, or being a part of the solution, testing the water to let people know if it's safe or not to swim, or on another level, making laws to protect our water. What are some of the issues that impact water quality? So we talked about things going down the storm drain and polluting the lake, but what are some other issues? What's that? Yeah, oxygen content. But like sewage overflows, that's a big problem. That's why many of us can't go to our local beaches and swim, right? You've all heard about that. What about invasive species? Have you heard about invasive species? Okay. A growing concern with our water, and maybe some of you have heard about this on the news, or maybe you read it in the newspaper or saw it online, is pharmaceutical drugs being found in our drinking water. How many of you have heard of that? Some of you. Okay. Well, pharmaceuticals or prescription drugs, are a part of our life, and we take them to cure an illness or help us with an ailment. The problem is that facilities like nursing homes and sometimes hospitals, if there's excess prescription drugs or drugs that become outdated, we have found they're flushing them down the toilet. And I don't think this is right. And I think it's a problem, and it's showing up in our water. So I serve on a committee. It's called the Great Lakes and Environment Committee, and I am working on putting together legislation to essentially make that illegal. That we are no longer going to tolerate this practice because it's harmful to our water, and in some cases may be harmful to human health. So my role is not just making laws, but it's identifying problems and coming up with ideas for solutions and working to pass this through the legislature so we have laws to protect our water. I think that's really all that I want to say, but impress upon you again, just as Luanne did, that you can really make a difference. Is there an environmental club here at the high school? It's coming? Okay, fantastic. So if you're going to have an environmental club, you know, as your state representative, if I can help you with that, I'm willing to help you do that. Come to some meetings, help you get organized, help you with any ideas or projects that you may want to do. I think there are some bookmarks that I'm going to pass out. A big thing for me is recycling. In the end, if we're throwing less waste into the landfill, that's a good thing. But it also has my contact information. So if you are interested in being a part of that environmental club and want me to help in any way, or if you want some community service hours, volunteering for me in some of the work that I do in the community, I encourage you to give me a call. If some of you are graduating, you want to do an internship to get some experience, just give me a call and contact me. And I really want to appreciate your attention today, because these are serious issues, and they do impact us. Sometimes it's so easy, we just turn on the faucet or turn on the shower or flush the toilet or throw our garbage away. But it has an impact not only on our environment, but on our health as well. So thank you so much for all of this. And I'm going to turn it back over to Teri Landis.
So what do you think? Did you learn stuff? Did you have a little fun? Okay, so are you looking for some free food too? Come on down to our cleanup, May 17th. I've got a sign-up sheet. I've got the waiver if you're under 15. We got to get your parents' permission, you know, and we're going to get you some community service credit, and the whole time you're going to have a ball. How about any questions from our presenters? Anybody? Okay. Oh, okay, on our Nautical Coast Cleanup, we start at 8 o'clock at Waterfront Park, you know, down by Middle School South. And we put you in specific locations. We're cleaning up 6 different locations here in the township. Waterfront, the end of the spillway, Tucker Park, Riviera. We're going to clean up at Metropolitan Beach, and also at the end of South River Road at the Harley Ensign site. So what we'd like you to do, we've got some gloves. We need things picked up as easily as little candy wrappers. And there's also a lot of seaweed and stuff that we could use some of you guys with the bigger, stronger arms. Because last year we picked up 11.8 tons, like I said. And we're looking to do 15 tons this year. And with the starting of an environmental club, like Sarah said, as a part of the Harrison Township Environmental Committee, we'd love to come down and help you guys out. We've got a number of little projects that go on, and we can always use an extra couple of hands and more ideas. So any more questions that you might have? Looks like it's getting time almost for bus time. I've heard that, you know? All right, close. I'll turn it over here, and thank you for your time and your attention. Let's give them a warm hand.
Is that what you have them do right now?
They can do it now, or however you would like to handle it.
Let's do that.
Okay.
If you'd like to sign up to go to the event on May 17th, you can stay for a second. Otherwise, I think teachers, you can take them back to class.